Hey everyone, and welcome to the review on the Hot Toys Star Wars Rogue One 1/6 scale Gen Erso figure. This is the deluxe version, comes with a hell of a lot of stuff, and she's just loaded with gear. As you can see, I'm ready to go. The first thing I want to do is show you the three main looks that you can achieve with everything that you get with the figure, with the deluxe version at least. And show you all the weapon combinations. That's actually something you'll see very soon, and how you build that and put it together. But first of all, let's take a look at the three main looks. Obviously this is the first look you can have. This is a very bog standard, fresh out of the box look, and the outfit is really well done. I'll just turn her here so you can see. I love the work on her sleeve. This is all really well done. You can maneuver the head obviously and get rid of that kind of change there that you can see. But yeah, there's a really nice head sculpt here, but the likeness seemed to get affected by the hair fresh out of the box. It kind of is up against her face like that when you first get her. I've been using the scarf over the past sort of day or two around her neck just to kind of keep the hair away from the face, and now it seems to fall a bit more naturally, and it does affect the likeness, which is interesting. But you'd be surprised how much the slightest little change in position of hair, especially on female figures, it can really affect the likeness. And I think that was definitely affecting her likeness, the fact that her hair was falling down, but it was kind of following the shape of her face, and that just wouldn't happen in real life. It would just fall straight down. So there you go. Alright, so let's get into it. Anyway, that's look one. Let's put the scarf on her, maybe get her holding a weapon. Just put the scarf over like that. Head comes on and off really easy. There you go, that's done. And there's your look with just the scarf around the neck and the hood down. There's no wires in it, like I said in the True Light review. Shot outdoors in the daylight just so you could see the real sort of colors, paint app and stuff like that. I've seen some people on Sideshow Freaks saying that her hair's too dark, and that's true. Didn't really think about that at first, but now that I think about it, it's definitely way too dark to how it was in the movie. But I guess that's fixable. I don't think I'd go there myself and start painting her hair, but you could do, and see if that, you know, affects it. But we're talking about a deluxe version here, man. You don't want to go taking a paintbrush to something like this. It's just, you know, unless you're a proper customizer, you know, I'm fine with the hair color. It's okay. In some scenes, you know, the lighting, it's dark, it's moody, it's going to look darker, so that's, you know, I'm sure they had their reasons. But yeah, there's the scarf. Let's I'm going to need both hands for putting this hood up because it is quite tight. So I'll come back to you in a sec once I get this over her head. Alright, so the hood is up. Looks pretty decent. In the True Light review outdoors, I had the hood pulled way more forward. More a kind of Assassin's Creed vibe, kind of concealing her face. But yeah, that would be just a little option as far as the look goes. But that's your scarf and hood. It's pretty tasty. Let's go ahead and try out look 2. Well, I've just removed this item of clothing, and that was easy. Obviously, you just put her arms back and just slide it off. And this kind of reminds me of the moment, I'm not sure, I have to double check the film, but I remember a scene when she's being led near the beginning when they sort of rescue her and take her away to explain what they need her to do. And she's kind of handcuffed, I think, at one point. And I seem to remember this. That is kind of jogging my memory. I might be wrong. She might have never looked like this in the film, but anyway, it's cool that you can do it. Alright, so now I've removed this as well. I love this item of clothing. I think this jacket is badass. I love the sleeve design. I keep saying that, but I do. So here she is with the final sort of layer underneath. She's got a lot of layers of clothes, but she never looks puffy. It's really, really well done. Yeah, this is just a shirt underneath. Still pretty much a totally seamless look. I mean, only when you go from the side and you see there the transition between the neck and the head. That's the only time you're going to see a joint. But yeah, she's such a little badass. Great character. Great actress too. Don't know if you guys in America are familiar with the film review. I think it's hard to pronounce. Mark Commode, I think it is. Something he mentioned about the review. He said she really portrayed that feeling of, or that sense of someone carrying a lot of weight on their shoulders, and gradually throughout the film you see her become stronger and her posture changes. Everything changes as she starts to believe in herself more, and it's really, really good. I love the moment when she gets the information from the message from her father about what she has to do, and the whole bloody planet she's on is exploding at the same time, and it's a lot to take in, and she conveyed that really, really well. Just amazing actress, great film. So here she is, just with that damn magnet. I'm going to see if I can fix that later on. It does stick, but it's just, you have to find the bloody spot every time. It's very weak. It will just come off again later. But yeah, there she is. Looking cool. And now we have another look again. Just, it's never ending. Seriously, I thought there was only 3 looks because that's what the instruction book kind of tells you. It says, you know, look 1, look 2, look 3. But I'm thinking it's more like 5. If different combinations you can mix and match. This is obviously just the undershirt with that kind of sleeveless, whatever you call it, padded vest thing. I don't know if it's meant to become some kind of bulletproof action. I don't know. But it's all the different looks that you can achieve with all these layers of clothing. I haven't even got to this stuff yet. I mean, we showed the scarf, but this, yeah, that's going to change the game. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm ready though. Look at me, got my pliers, just in case those wrist pegs kick off. Yeah, that's a cool look. I don't know how the hell I'm going to display it when it comes to all the videos are done. It's just time to enjoy the figure and put her on the shelf. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just don't know. Look at that cape up there. Look at that. Alright, now we got the poncho, I think you call it, on the figure, and the breathing apparatus and strappy thing. It does apparently need to go through some loops, and I've got to be honest with you, it's not a look I'm going to be permanently displaying her in, so I won't be bothering with the stress of trying to figure out how to do that, because I just don't really see it right now. I know there is a little slit somewhere there that maybe something goes through, but you know what, it's sitting on her just fine, so I'm going to just go with that. Obviously that can go around her neck there. It's kind of in the right position, I think. This is probably supposed to attach somewhere, but the sleeves are weird. I mean, it's all the kind of capey little bit at the back is all attached to the arms itself, so anywhere the arm goes, that kind of goes with it, which is fine, but not something I'm used to dealing with. And these sleeves are a little bit awkward to work with, but once I get the hands on and get her standing up and holding that rifle, like this one right here, I think we'll be good to go. It's very messy around here. You got Vader. He was going to be in the background, but I figured that would be a bit too distracting. All kinds of other stuff that's still there waiting for Ripley to come out. And Joker's sitting on a chair on top of a table because I've stolen his spot. This is usually where his interrogation room is, and he's probably not very happy right now. He doesn't look very happy. There's a Predator. There's Beavis and Butthead comics. There's just stuff everywhere, man. I'm surrounded by stuff. Oh my god. And these guys were supposed to be in here as well. Han and Chewie. Look at Chewie. Han. And Batman stuff. Look at that. Look at the beast. Hey? Sorry. That just looks freaking awesome. Right, so let's get her stood up and rotating. We can get a look at her in full action. Looks a little bit headless right now, so I'm going to work on that. Alright, we've got the poncho on, the kind of sniper rifle configuration. Breathing mask is on. I haven't put this on yet because I just wanted to see her with her regular kind of hairpiece on there. So that's how she looks. It's a pretty cool look, but it's not the one I'd be leaving her in permanently. I definitely prefer the more slimmed down, seeing this jacket and the vest over the top, that vest over there. and it maybe even the scarf as well with the hood up. There's just so many combinations, but that's how she looks there. Give her a little turn. There is a wire running through this, so you can pose that however you like. Yeah, it's really well done. Great detail on this. I do love this configuration for the weapon. It's very nice, but the detail and the craftsmanship and the execution, the way it's all been done, is very impressive. I haven't done the loopy bit here. So in the instructions when you're checking here, see, I think I've managed to get away with it, to be honest, and achieve the look without bothering with the whole looping it through thing, because it just seems like a headache. So I've just literally put it over just put it over her shoulder and left it hanging there. You do end up with this bit kind of loose, but I'm not too sure where that's supposed to go anyway. I can't really see where that's meant to go or what it's meant to attach to. But like I say, I'm no expert on her outfit or how it's meant to be. So it's good enough for me though. Let's go ahead and take off the hairpiece and put this on instead. I'll just let you see her without the hair on. You get a really good look at the face this way. But yeah, it's interesting to see her like that. It's getting close. Really, really amazing paint app on this face. All the little freckles and details. It's ridiculous. Alright, let's pop the hat on. And get that to go in place. Is that right? Feels like it's on there fully. Alright. Yeah, so there she is. That is your complete deluxe version look. Because as far as I can understand it, says style 3, which is this style, is only available in the deluxe version. That's what it says up there. And as far as that configuration of the weapon, the sniper rifle look, let's see, does it say what other things are only available in the deluxe version? See, it would say it up there if it was. Well, I don't know, maybe you are able to do this. Oh wait, no, there it is. See, only available in deluxe version. So I think if you want the sniper rifle, that's what you got to do. And let you just see the caution bit. You can pause that and have a read. There you go. But yeah, it's a pretty sick look. She does look really cool. I saw some awesome pictures where people, Photoshop her standing in the rain on top of a cliff holding the rifle and stuff in the night time. Look really, really awesome. Alright, one combination you can do is you take the pistol, you have to pull the front off the pistol, and then you can press this bit together. That kind of makes like a shotgun looking weapon for her. That's one of the combinations. Yeah, do pay attention to the instruction book because it's quite complicated and a bit daunting at first. I thought, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do all these combinations, but spend a bit of time with it, you'll figure it out. But that's like the more kind of shotgun look, and you can imagine one hand under here, obviously the other hand on the trigger there. It's quite shotgun-like. But yeah, that just comes apart, like so. I had to move the camera down because it kept trying to focus on Erso's face on that box. So, alright, hang on. So yeah, you've got the shotgun kind of combination here, and then you take the stock here, and that has like this kind of groove that you can see, and then it kind of just slides down. I won't slide it down all the way because I don't want it to be permanent. Well, it wouldn't be permanent, but I can tell it'd be a bit of a pain in the butt to try and get this off again. So that's another combination. It's like the shotgun but with a stock on the end. And let me just take that off. So that's like a second combination. Alright, so you've got the one I just showed you with the stock, but then you take this piece and you pop it in there. You got yourself a badass like sniper rifle. It's even got the scope and everything. I'm looking forward to posing it with this. If I was going to pose with at least one of her weapons permanently on the shelf, it would probably be this. I can imagine her with the all this stuff here on her, kind of kneeling down on one knee, pointing the rifle down like that, just being a proper little badass. Okay, I'm digging this weapon. But that is cool. That's like the third combination. I'm just going from the instructions here. It shows you've got your pistol, that bit comes off the front, then you attach this bit on, you get the kind of shotgun look, and you can put the stock on, or you can do what I've just done now, put all the parts together to make the sniper rifle looking weapon. And obviously she comes with this weapon too. What's this called? This is the blaster pistol. Okay, the blaster pistol, very nicely detailed. It's nice. Does anything move on this? Let me just see. Oh yeah, the stock comes down and extends like that. That's pretty sweet. Any clips that come out? Does this come out? Don't think so. That's cool, but it's really nicely painted, very well detailed. And an extra weapon, very nice. Sweet. Alright, this moves as well. What the hell? Okay. Here's the hard drive, I call it. I don't know the technical name, but that's what the Death Star plans were on. That's what she managed to get her hands on and save the day. It's very nicely detailed. Very nice, very nice. Look at that. Very cool. Yeah, it's just a plastic accessory, but very vital for this particular character. Nicely done. And here's her little nightstick, I call it, or baton. That bit moves, goes up like that if you wanted to. This separates somewhere. There you go. So yeah, it all comes apart. I think even the tip of this, no it doesn't, but yeah. But the nightstick's really cool. I think that was a great scene when she used this. And yeah, very cool little accessory. It's just plastic. I just also wanted to say I really am not sure what this little piece here is or what it's for. So maybe if someone out there knows, let me know. I know that this kind of similar little accessory that actually clips onto her outfit, I think for Style 3 with the hood. So I know what everything else is, and that's complete, but I'm just not sure what this little piece is for. It's quite a small little doohickey. Yeah, a mystery to me. I'll just quickly show you all her hands just so you can see them. There's your gun holding hand. It's nicely done. Here we have for the other opposite side. Again, quite nicely done. Someone mentioned that they thought her hands were too big. I don't know. It's not something that jumps out at me when I'm looking at her on display. I don't look at her and think, damn, she's got some big ass hands. They just seem like normal hands in proportion. But I haven't, studied it. I don't really know how big Felicity Jones' hands are in real life. There's a relaxed hand. There's a closed fist. Yeah, I mean the usual poses. They're nicely done. Fingerless gloves. Detail on the fingers themselves. The fingernails not really there, really quite flat, but they'll do. And then you've just got more fists and more relaxed hands. Nothing too exciting when it comes to the hands, to be honest. They're just what you'd expect. But in total you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8 hands. Here is the hat with the non-movable goggles, I guess I'm going to call them. And a communicator here. Magnet underneath. Nice paint job. It's pretty sick. It's very nice. I'm not sure if I'll ever be displaying her wearing this, but probably. It's a figure that you can, especially this deluxe version, you can just mix and match and change so many different looks. It's really quite impressive. And I believe another deluxe version exclusive is the binoculars, which are quite very Star Warsy in their appearance. Yep, you've got the strap, that's all good. Let's see there. Yeah, they're nicely detailed. I'll do a little pose with these later on. And then we have her little strap here. Now this is the first time I'm actually touching this. It's been in the packet the whole time. But you've got loads of little cartridges here that I think will come out. Yes, they're moving, so yep, you can remove those if you want. I don't want to be too heavy-handed with this. I still need to figure out how this actually attaches onto her. You've got the breathing mask. That's nicely detailed, very nice. Some people were saying probably best not put this on her face because it might damage her. I don't think so. I mean, it's not solid, it's quite soft, and it's not really paint. It's like a clear, transparent kind of plasticky something. But I don't think that would damage her face. Not for like a day or two. But, you know, don't take my word for it. Be cautious. I'm just saying, first impressions, I don't think you need to worry about that doing anything to her face. But yeah, that's a nice little accessory. Very nicely done. And I do believe there is a wire running through this. Yes, you can hold different poses so you can make it look like it's flapping in the wind. But yeah, lovely accessories, nice detail. Very, very nicely stitched. And as you saw in the True Light review, the scarf is really well done. Well, the scarf slash hood. It's very Assassin's Creed-esque to me. That's what it makes me think of. I really like it. And spoiled for choice with the deluxe version as far as how you're going to permanently display her. You could definitely justify getting two, you know, or at least picking up the regular version as well. That way you could sell your spare parts if you need to, but at least you'd have two Jin Ersos in order to display the really drastically different looks that you can achieve with all the accessories. Very cool. I almost forgot to try out the breathing mask. So I think you have to take off the hat first and kind of put that over her head like this, and then maybe put this back on again. I'm not sure if that's going to work. It looks like it will work. It's pretty sweet. I think that, yeah, that's on pretty much all the way now. She looks like a real badass with the mask on, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, that looks pretty sick. I don't think you'd have to worry about any, you know, paint rub or any of that stuff. I mean, it's just a clear sort of plastic piece. But it's nice to know that the hat can go over the top. What about the hair? Let's see what this like. This might be tricky to do with one hand. There you go. Sweet. I don't think her hair is all the way down. Her forehead looks really big. But, oh, there we go. This one-handed stuff ain't good. There we go. Well, that looks pretty sweet. Doesn't really work. I think her hair's not on properly. But anyway, that's about as far as I'm going to try that one. But yeah, there's another display option. Infinite. Alright, got looking down the sniper rifle scope. Pretty cool. It's very hard to do. Well, it's not very hard to do, but you'll be fiddling around constantly trying to get the sleeves to look right and trying to pop her hand back in, the wrist peg popping out and stuff when you're trying to get it right. You know, you want to get the scope lined up right with her eye, and her head doesn't, you know, it's not hard to get the head off. So if you kind of go too far with the whole kind of trying to look down the scope thing, the head will pop off, then a hand will pop out. But it's not that anything's loose. It's just looking down the sniper rifle scope is always a bit of a tricky one to pull off with the 1/6 figures. I did it with the BVS version of Batman. He was actually probably the easiest one to do it with, but she's a little bit more, because she's, you know, a smaller frame. The joints, the wrist pegs aren't as big and thick as they are on Batman. So you just got to be careful, but it's doable. She looks cool. Not 100% looking down that scope, but you know, it's a tricky one to pull off, the old sniper pose. And her legs don't really move forward. I think that might be to do with the padding in her butt. But as far as, I wanted to get her kneeling down on one knee for this pose, but she won't do it. And I doubt she'll sit in a chair either. So that's probably because of the butt padding. But yeah, her legs, we'll have another go at that in a minute, but her legs won't move forward very much. But there's your sniper pose. Pretty shit. Okay, we'll take a quick look at her rotating round now. Just a little tweak of the pose, really. Got her holding the sniper rifle up to her side, and she's just removed the breather mask from her face. That's the kind of thing I'm going for. And it is a really nice look that you can achieve with the deluxe version. I would recommend trying to get hold of it. I think you'll be happy enough with the regular version if that's the way it has to be for you. And but you just get so much stuff with the deluxe version. It really is worth, you know, the extra pennies, pounds, dollars. Let me just get a bit of a closer look here. Really cool accessories. You get so much stuff. Alright. You get some behind the scenes action here. I mean, look how guerrilla this is, man. This is some. Look at my stand here for this torch. That's some guerrilla style filming. Just getting it done. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to spend no money. We ain't got no big ass lighting rigs or nothing. Just guerrilla. Okay, so there's the hood. It does keep sort of going back. No matter what I do, it kind of just keeps wanting to do its own thing. But I'm sure that's just because I've literally never put the hood up before. With a little bit of convincing, I'm sure it will stay in place. Maybe there's actually a way to use these kind of flappy bits in order to get it to stay kind of put. What are these, little buttons or something? That's just like, I guess because that's there, you've ended up with these kind of two blodgy bits. That's weird. But you probably won't see them most of the time anyway. But yeah, can't really get that hood to do what I want it to do right now, but at least you can see that's what it looks like. Alright, I think that's all the variations I can think of for now as far as all these outfits pieces goes. Let's do a little few height comparisons with some other characters like Han, Chewie, Darth Vader, some other random characters just for shits and gigs. Alright. Okay, so the first of the height comparisons, I've gone for the only other Rogue One figure I have in the collection other than Jyn Erso now, and that would be the Rogue One Hot Toys Darth Vader. I recently repainted his lightsaber red because it was a very weak kind of, just not good. It doesn't light up, but I never care about that because I'm never going to leave him with a lit up lightsaber, and I find the whole thing about the arm with the battery in it just a nightmare. So I'd much prefer a lightsaber that just looks nice and vibrant when it's just in his hand on permanent display. So that looks pretty sweet. But anyway, she's tiny compared to Vader. They're not on any bases, so they are level. But as you can see, she makes Vader look like a damn giant, and he is a giant anyway. But yeah, he is huge compared to Jyn Erso. So she comes up to, well, about here on Vader. So if you have Rogue One Vader and you're wondering how tall Jyn is going to be, right where my finger is, that's basically where the top of her head would be. So there you go, height comparison with Vader. He's such an awesome piece. And so is she. Two awesome pieces from an awesome movie. And a height comparison between the New Hope version of Han Solo and Chewbacca by Hot Toys. Now, there's no stands involved, they're all in line with each other. So you can see Jyn Erso, top of her head basically comes to the tip of his chin. Han Solo, that is. And, well, Chewie's absolutely huge, just like Vader. So there's no, what to compare it to, where about his Wookiee nipple would be, or just about here. But yeah, that's how they look together. Pretty damn cool. She's so tiny. I think Hot Toys made a body specifically for Jyn here. I mean, her, like I said in the... Oh man, that always happens. Like I said in the... Look at Han. Yeah, like I said in the True Light review, she does have a padded tush. There's some kind of padding in here to fill that out, so I've never really seen that on any of my other Hot Toys female figures. So I think, yeah, she might have a special body made for her. You okay, Han? Dude? I think he's dead. And now just pop Jyn beside Wonder Woman just so you can see. Obviously, major height difference here. But just for your, you know, personal interest, whatever, just in case you want to see these two. There you go. Alright, who else can I do? Let's see, Michael Myers? Yeah, let's do Michael. And there she is beside Michael Myers, the recent release from Free Zero from Halloween Part 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. And yeah, there you go. He is obviously taller than Jyn Erso. Very nice. Just recently did some blood work on that knife that he comes with. I wanted it to look more bloody. Look at that. That looks sick. That's red paint mixed with a little bit of water. Use a toothbrush, dip it in the paint, then flick the bristles of the toothbrush at your target. and you end up with blood splatter. Look at that. Forget about it. Beside Vampirella, just for, just for the hell of it. Vampirella is obviously wearing her sort of high heel boots, and she is on a little bit of a base here because I didn't want to mess with this pose. I like the pose, so I don't want to change it. All right, I can hear you saying it. Fine, we'll try the Jin Erso head on the Vampirella body. Here we go. Just going to pan up. Ta-da! Okay, no, it doesn't really work, does it? No, it doesn't. So, all right, and beside Batman, just to wrap things up with the comparisons, and that's where she comes in on him. And that is a Unreal Customs or Unreal Toys cape from Lucky. I'm expecting some updated versions, by the way, of the Batman vs Superman capes, both for Batman and Superman from Unreal Customs, and they look fantastic. He's updated the cape to a more accurate length. It's even got the dirt and grime at the bottom now, and the Superman cape in particular is really impressive. The texture when you get close up, it's exactly like the film. So expect to see new cape reviews from Unreal Customs real soon. But there she is, standing beside the Batfleck. Alright, so after the height comparisons, I was about to just do a couple of final poses and give you my final thoughts, but then I thought to myself, well, seeing as we're here, and rather than making it a separate video this time, I might as well just give you the articulation now before I put all her layers back on. I wish I had have thought of that before I put the jacket on, but I guess that would be better because you're going to be posing her with most of this stuff on. So let's see how the articulation's doing. So she can lift her arms up impressively high as far as that goes, and she's got was it a single bend? No, she's got a double bend. Excellent elbow. So yeah, you can have the gun raised right up by her face, or whatever you want to do, have her holding onto the breathing mask, or even touching her little stone here. So yeah, articulation in the arms is fantastic. You've got a little joint here just underneath her chest. There's some turn there as well, but I don't want to go too mad with that because I think she's got some kind of padding. Like, I don't mean to be crude, but her jubs aren't too soft. So I think they are just your standard Hot Toys jubs, but yeah, in the stomach there's a little bit of a turn at the waist, but not much, to be honest. I'm not sure why, but that might be again to do with her padded butt. And I think the padded butt is also the reason that these legs won't really move any more forward than that. And I don't want to go forcing it because that might screw up her butt. But I think that is your actually you can see the kind of shape of the padding. I think it kind of goes like that, like a circle, because I can see, you can actually see it. See what I'm talking about? Kind of padding section there, kind of just fills out her butt area. But she has a decent knee bend to about there, or maybe actually, yep, there you go. I had to force it, but it does. It's like a double bend knee. But the articulation in the ankles is non-existent. You can turn it, but I don't want to mess with that too much. But yeah, basically articulation in her feet, ankles is not good. Basically non-existent. You can't really move her legs forward much. You definitely won't be able to get her sitting in a chair. You might screw up her butt if you do that. That's about as far as they can spread because of the tightness of the fit. So leg articulation ain't too good, and torso articulation ain't too fantastic either, but the arms are very articulated. I think you'll still be able to pull off most of the things that you want to do, but that's just a little articulation demo for you. I hope that covers everything. The neck moves left to right, all that stuff, so you'll be able to get plenty of head movement. So I'm just going to talk about the likeness quickly. I think it's a really good likeness, and I think it's a fantastic head sculpt. It's not 100%, but it's very, very close. So there's nothing to really be upset about, nothing to put you off buying, the figure, in my honest opinion. I mean, I paid money for it. I've got no reason to sit here and literally sit here. I'm not one of those idiots who says sit all the time, even though I'm standing. I've got no reason to sit here and tell you, oh, you need to get this figure if there's anything wrong with it, because I'm just being honest with you. This is the deluxe version. You get so much stuff. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Infinite options when it comes to how you're going to display her. When you think about all the combinations of outfit and then all the different poses she can do combined with that, it's basically endless. And the likeness is very good. It depends the angle, the lighting, the hair that you need to just kind of fix yourself and stop it from sort of curving around her face here. Get it to kind of fall naturally. You can either do that by just using the scarf like I did over the course of like a day or two, and it will just naturally kind of fix itself. Or you could go the old hot water trick. Dip it in hot water, bend it into place, and dip it in cold water to kind of lock it in position. Alright, so yeah, I mean, the head sculpt, I think it's really good. You will get some better kind of shots of it in photography during this video, spliced in between these different sections, so you will get a much more close look. But just from different angles, you can go ahead and pause it and really study if you want. But from this angle in particular, I really think the likeness is quite strong, especially from like this kind of askew from the side profile sort of thing. Really strong. Right, I'm back again, but this time I'm using a different camera. It's not as good quality, but it does let me really mess with the contrast and the exposure levels and stuff like that, and I think you just get a much more true kind of look at the likeness here. So I'm going to just throw in this little bit, again just using a different camera and a slightly different lighting technique, just so you can get really good look from just the different angles. So I'm actually using about 4 different lights right now. I'll just pan back. You've got this big ass one up here, you got that little ass one down there, and you got me holding this little one here as well. So like there's yeah, 3 lights. Oh no, well mind you, we got the ceiling as well, so there's a lot of light shining right in her mush. Let's just try some different positions. Looking up, like that is dead on, isn't it? I mean, honestly, even the people out there who think it doesn't look like her, you got to admit there's a little something going on right now when she's looking up like that at this angle. Look at the light in her eyes. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm seeing Felicity Jones right there. What say you? What do you think? I mean, look at that right there. It's ridiculous. Let's go ahead and zoom in. See if it's gonna focus for me. I have to come back a little bit. There we go. Move the light around. Yeah, I think that looks good. I think that looks real good. God damn. Looking down. Let me just move the old tripod down a bit. Yeah. Looking down, not so much. Still great head sculpt, but starts to look a bit like other people. But definitely looking up like this to the side. It's definitely her. Alright, so just wanted to show you the head again using the different camera. Let's get a look at the detail on the hair at the back there as well. That's very nicely done. There is some browns in there, you can see. There's definitely some brown paint applied. It's just like when I shine the light right on it here, you can see it. It's not all black. It's just under regular lighting it kind of gets lost. Is there more brown in here? Yeah, you can see. Let me see if I can get in. I know it's going to defocus the closer I get, but maybe if I just bring her closer to the camera. Yep. So there is definitely some brown in there. Yeah, you can see it. Maybe just not enough. But there's definitely a fair bit of detail going on in the paint app to the hair. I didn't think that at first. I thought it was all just one flat colour, but it's actually pretty detailed. Alright, we'll just take a quick detailed look at everything from head to toe. Let's take a look at the paintwork on the hat and the goggles there. Really nicely done. Nice and kind of weathering effect. Communication doohickey on the side there. There's the face. Good look at that with the hat on. And her breathing mask is really nicely done. Very nicely detailed. We've got some kind of, what's that, insignia or just some kind of electronic thing on her hood. So I think, are these metal or are they plastic? Probably just plastic. They don't feel cold to the touch, so I don't think they're metal. And the tube, that's obviously, you know, soft and you can sort of move it. It's not too soft, it's just plasticky. And kind of faux leather gun holster there. Some nice work on the detail on her trousers, whatever you want to call them, pants. Boots are nicely painted, but they really do kind of hinder the articulation. They're quite tough, so I can't really get any ankle movement out of her. But yeah, I mean, as far as everything, detail-wise, it's fantastic. I do want to get one full body shot here as she turns around. The only way to do that really is to turn the camera on its side, so I know you're getting the two horrible black bars down the side of the screen right now, but it's just for this one shot so you can see the legs, the boots, everything. Not much articulation in her boots. There's no clever little separation in the ankle kind of connecting to the rest of the boot so you can move and get her in different stances. They're very solid, and I'm having a bit of trouble getting kind of dynamic movement out of her, ankles, feet. Her knees bend just fine, but her legs don't really come out very far because of the padding in her butt, like I mentioned before. But yeah, this poncho, really nicely designed. There is a wire, like I say, so you can do stuff like that. It holds it really well. Alright, let's get this camera the right way up. Alright, just a quick little pose, nothing special. It's really pretty terrible, to be honest. I just wanted to show you at least her holding the nightstick and kind of awkwardness of the articulation in the ankles. I mean, I'm trying to get it to look like she's in motion, but because the ankles don't really move at all, it's a bit awkward. But you can certainly get away with plenty of stuff in the arm department, and pointing guns and holding things, and you'll pretty much be able to do whatever you want. I mean, she does all the stuff you'd expect Erso to do, apart from maybe, sitting, kneeling, running. I mean, she can kind of run. I saw in the blogger pictures they had her holding the Death Star plans, kind of running away from an AT-AT. So yeah, it's kind of possible. But articulation from the waist down is not fantastic. Another little pose, nothing special, but just a little variation there, just to let you see. Holding up the nightstick, baton, whatever, pointing the gun. There you go. It's terrible. Moving on. Alright, the Empire have caught her and they've said freeze, and she's holding up her two guns, and that's what's happening right now. So there you go. She's surrendering. At least that's what you think. And then she's going to suddenly point the guns. In fact, let me put a quick pause in. And that's your ass. Bang. Jen don't fuck around. Look at that. She gonna shoot your ass up. Damn. Damn. Alright, now I don't have any Star Wars kind of style handcuffs, but I was thinking of the moment when the Rebellion were bringing Jen in at the start of the film, telling her about what they needed to do and about her father and stuff. And I was just kind of picturing her walking with handcuffs on, but as I say, I don't have any handcuffs, but if you did, that is an option for you. It's pretty sweet. Alright, we've got the binoculars in our hands now, using the relaxed hands for those as instructed in the instruction book. Again, don't forget to check out your instruction manual when you get Jin, whether you're the standard version or the deluxe, because she does come with a lot of stuff, and it's always worth being sure before you go messing around with it. So do check your instruction manual. And that's how she looks holding the binoculars. Bring her around to the front one more time. We're gonna go from the bottom, hit it from below here. There we go. Looking good, looking good. I like the detail on the binoculars on this bit here. It is rather fresh. So yeah, another pose in the bag. Okay folks, I'm going to wrap it up now. It's felt like it's been quite a long time filming this. I don't know how long the review is going to end up being, but I'll just give you my final thoughts on the piece. I would not hesitate. I think it's a fantastic figure. I think the likeness is great. It's not 100% perfect, but you got to understand it can't be easy doing this. I think it is a fantastic piece. I definitely would recommend it. I would recommend you try and get the deluxe version because the extra stuff is worth it and it is justified. It's like a DX. It's got that kind of really nice DX box. By the way, someone did ask me when they saw this. I only had this turned around, by the way. I think I already mentioned that, but it was only because the camera kept trying to focus on Jyn Erso's face on the box there. But that's just the slip cover for this box. So I don't have two boxes. That's just the slip cover that goes over the front of that. So yeah, absolutely fantastic piece from a really good movie, a really cool character. We're only probably going to see Jyn Erso in Rogue One, and that's it forever. She was a one-off. She, didn't have the happiest ending, but she sure as hell had a major impact on all the films that follow in the sort of sequence of the films now. She was, you know, I mentioned in the unboxing how important her character turned out to be, and very happy to have her in the collection. Would definitely recommend you try and pick her up, whether you get the standard or the deluxe. I don't think you'll be disappointed either way. I would definitely recommend her with no hesitation. So I hope you've enjoyed the review. Don't forget to like the video, share it if you can, subscribe, leave me a comment, share your thoughts, and let me know what you think. Follow me on Instagram, DeanKnight333, and YouTube. I will see you guys very soon. I will be, let's see what's coming up. We've got the Sideshow Freddy on the way from Toy HQ once they get him. So all that stuff is coming up on the channel real soon. But this has been the Hot Toys Erso Rogue One Star Wars 1/6 scale figure deluxe version. Thanks again to Anthony Sang. If you're watching this, Anthony, thanks for helping me get hold of the figure. And I will see all of you guys real soon. Take it easy.